Sorry, what's going on, guys? We are officially 5 minutes away from the Sony State of Play for The Last of Us Part 2. So I got the music a little bit loud there. Twitch is up, and YouTube, because one tends to be faster than the other for some reason. Not exactly sure. But we're here, 4 minutes away now. Usually they do some sort of countdown. So we will see when that countdown happens, I suppose. Did a stream yesterday, Horizon Zero Dawn. I think it was part 5 in the books, and then we have Horizon Zero Dawn number 6 coming at you tomorrow. We'll be live from 11:30 a.m. Central to whenever I feel like it. Typically we finish around 12 or 12:30, about an hour and a half, 2 hour stream, not too bad. That's currently what we've been playing, what we've been doing until Last of Us Part 2 comes out. We'll live stream that till Ghost of Tsushima, and the Ghost of Tsushima will be the last streaming set, I guess, that I do this year before I go to college. Not sure about Cyberpunk. I don't think I'll be streaming that. I will more than likely be recording it at some point, not necessarily when it first comes out, because like I said, I'll be in college. 3 minutes away, officially. This has been all over Twitter and gaming news, if you will, because it's the biggest news we've had since Ghost of Tsushima. Honestly. So we will find out. Apparently this this State of Play is clocking in about a little over 20 minutes. And they said towards the end there's 8 new minutes of brand new gameplay. So we'll see how they decided to polish it up just a little bit. We will certainly see. I actually wanted to check, because last time they had their banner as Ghost of Tsushima, and it's still that. So I'm wondering if they're going to change that to The Last of Us after this. Because it was like this after they did their State of Play. So we'll see what happens. No countdown, no timer, no nothing just yet. Got about 2 minutes to go. Everybody is hyped in the chat, or hype in the chat, if you will. I hate it when they do. I hate this, like, new... How should I say it? Not new... That's not what I meant to do. There it goes. Restart the song just for a little bit. I don't like the new streaming thing where it's like, if it's a, for example, like this, where I know I do it too, but for my stream, it's where it's like, oh, it premieres in X amount of seconds and it has the thumbnail. I hate that you can't full screen this. Like, see, for Twitch, you can you can full screen this. But for YouTube, when it's a premiere, quote unquote, you can't do anything with it. I don't like that. And then Twitch is the same, it's all going all to hell, you know. Got 1 minute, premieres at 3 p.m. I'm assuming they'll do some sort of countdown before it starts, or they might just start it. Last time, they did some sort of countdown. And Twitch, it's weird, because usually YouTube is faster than Twitch, but for the Ghost of Tsushima demo, Twitch was a little bit faster. It was like 30 seconds or something ahead, so we'll find out. We'll see how it goes. It's officially still 2:59, and it's 3 o'clock now, my time. So we still got Electric Joyride playing in the background. That is the name of a song. You can find it in the link in the description down below the stream, or after the stream if you're watching this afterwards. Come on, Sony! Oh, 2 minute timer there for YouTube. I don't like this timer. You know what? I'll just mute that timer. See, their timer starts at 1:40. Oh, they're behind. Show starts at 1:40. They do this weird timer for YouTube, and then they do this weird timer for Twitch. I don't understand the difference between the two, to be honest. Here, I'm gonna go ahead and cancel the music. Why are these two different? I don't know why they don't have the same type of thing for YouTube, to be honest. So they're at 110. Yeah, so YouTube's a little bit faster. So I'm gonna keep Twitch on one side just to make sure that we're not you know, not behind at all. I'll turn up the volume once the show actually begins. Yeah, so Twitch is about 5 seconds behind. So we'll stick with this for now. I don't like this little countdown thing. I really don't. I need to figure out how to do it. Not do this, but do some sort of countdown for my personal channel, if you will. Yeah, they're about 5 seconds. We'll see once the actual show starts, though. Yeah. So this time, for whatever reason, Twitch is behind. 1, 2, 3. Yeah. Alright, so we'll minimize Twitch for now. State of play. This is my live reaction.
Wish things were different. I wish things were different. Ellie! But they ain't.
Please stop!
Ooh. We've seen this before. She looks rough there. That was a little more the cutscene.
I'm leaving tomorrow.
Damn. We're getting extended bits of things we haven't seen.
To do this
before.
smart, we'd be leaving Jackson vulnerable.
So they just get to get away with this?
How'd you find us?
You can't stop this.
I want what you want. But not at any cost. I really hope you make it.
Turn it down just a little
I have to finish it.
There's a cost.
Oh, that was new gameplay.
We could have killed you. Maybe you should have.
Mm-hmm.
I'm Neil Druckmann, Vice President of Naughty Dog and the Director of The Last of Us Part
Oh,
2.
he's vice president now.
We're just a few weeks away from launch on June 19th, when the game will finally be in your hands.
Ooh.
The wait has been long, and we're extremely grateful for your patience, especially now in the midst of these unprecedented and challenging times. We hope you're all taking care of yourselves and that you, your friends, and your loved ones are doing well.
Is that in response
Because of
to...
these extraordinary circumstances, we can't be together in this final stretch and share the experience like we usually would. So today we're trying something different. Something we've never done before.
Is this in response to the coronavirus or your cutscenes getting leaked, Neil?
Over the next 20 minutes or so, we're going to give you an in-depth look into what awaits you in The Last of Us Part 2,
Without spoiling anything.
including new details about the gameplay experience
Oh.
and story. And to cap it all off, we'll be showing a never-before-seen, lengthy gameplay sequence. You'll definitely want to stick around for that.
Uh-huh. That's what the 8 minutes. Lengthy? 8 minutes? I don't think so, Neil. It's not that long. Not necessarily as long as
what happened.
Ghost of Tsushima.
I was supposed to take her to the Fireflies and walk away. They were actually going to make a cure. The only catch, it would kill her.
The Last of Us Part 2 picks up Ellie and Joel's story several years after the events of the first game. Ellie and Joel have settled in Jackson, Wyoming, amongst a thriving community of survivors. With the threats of the world kept outside the town's walls, Jackson has been able to find relative peace and even stability. Ellie is now 19, lives on her own, and has been able to forge lasting relationships within the community.
Scale of 1 to 10. How would you rate our kiss from last night?
However, this peace is short-lived. Jackson and Ellie suffer a violent and traumatizing event. Ellie sets off back into the treacherous outside world in search of retribution and justice. Her journey will take her to new parts of the country previously unexplored in The Last of Us.
That does not
The
look
story
tasty.
spans multiple seasons and climates, from the snow-capped mountains of Jackson to the lush Pacific Northwest.
That grass animation wasn't that great in my opinion.
Each introduces a wide range of exterior and interior environments for you to navigate and explore, rendered in meticulous detail and unprecedented scale with the latest iteration of the Naughty Dog engine. Our goal was to make these environments not only beautiful, but feel as grounded and authentic to the cities they're based on as possible. Much of the story unfolds in what remains of Seattle, a massive former quarantine zone. Its locales are incredibly diverse, spanning a dense city center with a skyline of towering high-rises to the beautiful suburbs and stormy waterfronts that surround it. The city exhibits drastic shifts in architecture, elevation, and weather. And with Part 2, we've introduced new traversal mechanics that afford greater exploration
Verticality.
and ways to navigate threats. Ellie is not only able to climb and jump over gaps, but she can use ropes to scale vertical terrain or
Oh,
swing over
shit.
obstacles, allowing you to discover new areas, resources, and side narratives.
Oh, what the fuck?
These more open environments also create new strategic considerations in combat, whether it's to get the jump on enemies or bypass them entirely.
Jump down.
The
Kill
Last
it.
of Us Part 2 features some of the largest environments we've ever created. Horseback riding will allow Ellie to quickly cover some of these expansive terrains.
That's easy
Some
to
streets are
miss.
so flooded that a boat is required to navigate them. However, the world of The Last of Us is as lush and inviting as it is deadly. As Ellie uncovers the path to finding those who have wronged her, she must face the many threats of this unknown city. In the wake of the pandemic and the fall of the quarantine zone, Seattle has become a war zone, where two warring factions find themselves in an ongoing conflict for territory and resources. One of these groups is the Washington Liberation Front, otherwise known as the WLF. The WLF are a militia group that began as resistance to the military occupation of Seattle, and eventually wrestled control of the city from them. They are highly trained, organized, and well-equipped with weapons they stole from the army. They occupy much of the city, imprisoning or killing trespassers on sight.
Hey, we got another trespasser. A girl. Did you see her?
I guess that's a death
On the other
animation.
side of this bloody conflict is a group of religious zealots called the Seraphites, or Scars, defined by the self-inflicted deep cuts that they bear across their faces. Like the WLF, they're deeply tribalistic and territorial. They're known for being stealthy, using overgrowth as cover, and they use more silent weapons like bows and arrows.
Clip her wings.
But beyond this conflict among survivors, the threat that originally brought the world to its knees is very much present. Every human is in danger of falling victim to the infected.
Fuck.
They are the recently infected runners, who are more numerous and aggressive in this game. The blind but extremely deadly clickers, and the stalkers, who sneak and hide until they're ready to attack, surprising their victims with extreme agility and brutal violence. The Last of Us Part 2 introduces new stages of infected, such as the Shamblers. Large, heavily armored enemies that are covered in pustule. Upon getting close to you, they expel a corrosive spore cloud that burns its victims. But our most terrifying and lethal new forms of infected will have to wait until you play the game for yourselves.
Oh, shit. Not like that.
Overcoming these threats will require careful consideration of how you approach every combat encounter and how you leverage Ellie's unique skills, equipment, and the environment to your advantage. The WLF patrol the streets of Seattle with guard dogs, which are capable of detecting and following you, even while in cover. They can pick up your scent and alert their handlers to your presence. Listen mode will reveal your scent trail, so keep moving and cause distractions to avoid detection. 25 years after the pandemic began, the world is completely overgrown. Use tall grass to hide from enemies and go prone to stay out of sight. However, this form of analog stealth means you're never fully hidden. If enemies get close enough, they can discover you, even in grass. When Ellie is overwhelmed, running away is a viable option. You can also break glass or crawl through tight spaces to find new paths or areas to evade or take on your enemies. In any given combat situation, you can flee an encounter and re-establish stealth to regain the advantage. If you absolutely have to fight your way out, there are a variety of tools at your disposal. Ellie's more agile than most of her enemies. She can sprint and quickly dodge incoming attacks. Learning how opponents attack with different weapons and mastering the timing of your dodges will prevent you from taking damage and create opportunities to counterattack. You can use throwable items or well-placed shots to stun enemies before dealing a killing blow. Or using them as a shield to protect yourself or buy some time to figure out your next move.
This is a Ghost Recon move right there.
Ellie isn't always alone on her journey. Allies will take part in helping you navigate the environments, spot enemies, and meaningfully help you in combat encounters.
Is that a crowbar she's got? Yeah, it is.
Back off!
Oh, that's brutal. Ooh. This game is gonna be brutal.
Between the human survivors and the roaming infected, there will be times where multiple threats are present, creating new strategic considerations and opportunities. You can choose whether to attack these opponents separately and directly, or find ways to pit them against each other.
I was going to say, I've done that before.
Flee as they fight, or wait until their numbers have thinned out and engage with whomever's left.
Smart.
Our goal is to create unparalleled tension, coupled with deep systems that give you greater control and influence over your journey. As you play, you'll be able to invest in a broad collection of crafting items, weapon, and player upgrades through training manuals scattered throughout the environment and scavenging for ingredients. These skills and upgrade manuals cater to a variety of playstyles, and the choices you make will create your own distinct experience. We also wanted to extend that agency and personalization to your weapons through our new workbench system. Scavenge for parts to modify and improve your weapon's performance and attributes, all of which are visualized and become part of your character. Survival will also require using the parts and ingredients that you'll find in the environment, which can be crafted into a wide range of defensive and offensive items, like proximity mines, explosive arrows, pistol suppressors, and more.
Oh. Explosive
All
arrow.
of these gameplay systems are meant to immerse you in the world and make you feel in lockstep with Ellie's emotional journey. As we've said before, this is Naughty Dog's largest, most ambitious game. It may seem like we covered a lot, but we've only scratched the surface of what it's like to play
Or that's
The
what
Last of Us
they'd
Part
like
2.
you to think.
We can't wait for you to experience it all for yourself on June 19th.
So is this the last 8-minute demo?
Until then, here's an extended
Yep.
sequence of never-before-seen gameplay. Enjoy.
They were like, we gotta come up with a way to, Ooh. Yeah, the UI, I must say, does look very improved, and I really do enjoy the look of it, if that makes sense. Can you dive under the water like in the first game, or is it not deep enough? I do like the water reflection, I like the lily pads, I like how Ellie interacts with the environment. Ooh, barbed wire? Okay. Smart. Defensive.
Find her yet?
Shit.
Escape while no one was looking. We're searching the area, just in case she's still around.
Isaac's not happy about it.
No shit.
Escape.
I'm wondering if this is early
What are
on.
you talking about?
Okay, you can dive under the water still. Okay. Okay, so there's a person there. Assuming we can't use, yeah, no, we can't use their weapons out of the water. You would think he would hear that, all that water swooshing around.
Don't make a fucking sound. Hands up.
Oh, look, it's a
Really, Nora?
PSP.
Sure, yeah. Where is she?
In the hospital.
Where in the hospital?
Yeah, they're clearing out the upper floors. She's somewhere in there.
Oh. She was using a PSP, man.
That was dumb.
Take the PSP. Or not. Oh, there it is, right there on the floor. I wonder how many people noticed that. You can't pick that up? Are you fucking kidding me? There's a shit ton of resources, though, am I right?
So it's away. Word is we're almost wrapped up.
Or PS Vita, one of the two. I don't fucking know.
Girl waiting for him for Bob.
You shitting me? They put you with Joe again?
Upstairs.
Hey, we get the job done.
I bet you do.
So, they're saying you could sneak around them because they're not important.
I'm
You could
telling you,
easily,
data
go in the tall
soldier.
grass.
It makes these shifts so much easier.
Sure.
Love the health
I'll keep
kit,
that in
the
mind.
new UI system. They said I think you get 5
Sounds
shots
like
with your
scars are getting
suppressor.
closer.
Hope that's our guys executing those freaks.
Hey, did you hear why we're all getting called up to the
one.
club?
I heard that Isaac wants us to retake all of downtown.
I heard we might take the fight to them.
No way. Not after what went down last time. Even Isaac isn't that crazy.
That's what I heard.
All right, calm down.
Damn. Oh, 2.
Sticky tape from that way.
Counting how many times the suppressor. Suppressor has been used, so we're at 2.
Head out. Check the whole coast out. Come
Oh my god. Oh, that's disheartening. The dog. But you gotta do what you gotta to survive. Is that ammo? Yeah, ammo. Oh, nice shot. Oh, person right there. Nice.
Just like that.
Three. There's only 3 shots? I think you can upgrade, but it looks like that was only 3 shots. Ooh, is that the bolt action rifle? Oh, I love this weapon.
Saw movement.
I'll go check it out. I got you covered.
Bitch.
Holy shit!
Just gonna craft a bomb for one. Just for one person?
Drop her now!
Oh. Oh.
I found her!
Oh my god. See the bolt action rifle, baby! Oh fuck yeah. Reload time is a little rough. Damn. Alright, go for it now. So that's blocking off that area you can't go back to.
Damn it! Find another way off!
Whew. Ugh. Oops, spray.
That you, Nora?
Maybe if you posted more guards, Abby would still be herself.
The fuck was Abby here?
I'm not stupid. You're gonna tell us where she went.
When Isaac talks to us about this...
I'm getting tired of this.
Nora. Nora! I'm not going down for her, man.
How did she know that that rolled out like that and that didn't just drop to the floor? I'm gonna grab that duct tape.
Don't scream. Put that shit down. You remember me? Yeah. You remember me.
Alright then. From PS4 Pro. Alright, that was the Sony State of Play. I'm assuming that's it, right? People are saying Game of the Year 2020. Yeah, okay, chat, whatever. Oh yeah, we don't want to do that. So, interesting. I'm not going to go back through it like I did with Ghost of Tsushima. I kind of saw what I wanted to see. Interesting that PlayStation kind of understands. It's very interesting that PlayStation understands what their audience wants, what they want their audience to go through. And they proved that because last week they said, okay, we have one game, here's a demo, here's the release date. Except they had announced the release date beforehand, but they said, here's a demo. This week, Last of Us Part 2, game is coming soon. Here's a little bit of a demo. Here's a little bit more background on the story and whatnot. Here you go. So essentially, this is what State of Play needs to be. It doesn't necessarily need to be one game events. They could do it like it did it before, where it would be possible to do multiple, but it's like for the bigger type of games that are going to sell more on their console, like Last of Us and Ghost of Tsushima definitely need to have a one type of thing. If they had done this for God of War, that would have been cool. If they had done this for Spider-Man, that would have been cool. And they basically did that at their E3. That's what they showcased, was their demos. And they've done a really good job of doing that over the past couple of years. So we will see what comes of this. We are not too far out from that release date in June. In July, I think Ubisoft has their Ubi Forward, which is their video conference type thing that they're doing instead of E3, and Cyberpunk is doing something in July as well. But thank you guys for watching. Please be sure to join me tomorrow, 11:30 a.m. Central. We will be going through Horizon Zero Dawn, as I will be playing that up until either Last of Us Part 2 comes out, or we finish the game. If we finish the game, I'll just chill out for a bit until Last of Us comes out, and then we'll rock and roll with The Last of Us Part 2. So thank you guys for watching, and please be sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you